It's the man YSN, and you're listening to YSN Radio. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I know what time it is, man. You're rocking with the man YSN. When you're tuning into the episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South, man, we are back in here with another episode, man. Sorry, it's been a minute. Had to take last week off. My little brother graduated high school, man. Shout out to the one and only Mr. Michael Williams, man, my youngest brother, my final sibling. Walked across the stage last week, man. I was a super proud big brother watching that moment. It was, lovely, man. Lovely, man. Spent some time with the family. Got to see everybody. Lovely occasion, man. Lovely occasion. So, that explains the absence for last week, man. And, it's been a week. It's been a week, man. Also happened last week, the 22nd annual SEA Awards, Southern Entertainment Awards. As you guys know, I was nominated for Slept On Personality of the Year. And I lost. I lost 0-3 at the SEAs, man. 0-3 at the SEAs. But hey, at least I was nominated, man. At least I was nominated. Not gonna lie, I was a little bummed out at first, man. But, you know, putting everything into perspective, 3 nominations, at least I'm still in the conversation, man. At least I'm still in the conversation. It was still a great show. So shout out to the SEAs for recognizing me and putting me on the ballot. And everyone who voted. Even everyone who told me they voted and didn't really vote because somebody lied. A lot of people hit me up. Oh, you got my vote. You got my vote. Somebody lying. But hey, it's in the past, man. Shout out to Two Live Bree. Been a homie of mine for well over 10 years now. He actually won the SEA for Album of the Year for his project, The Human Butterfly. Well deserved. Even performed at the awards show. I caught his new song, Southern Country Girl. Did an amazing job, man. Did an amazing job. So shout out to Two Live Bree. Always shows love every time I see him, man. And Sunday was no exception, man. Like I said, he got Album of the Year at the SEAs. Well deserved. Well deserved. So shout out to him and everyone else who won an award at the SEAs this year, man. Tampa Mystic. She was actually at the table right next to me when I got there. So that was my first time meeting her in person. I've seen her work on Instagram and on YouTube for years now, man. So it was really nice meeting her. She was super, super nice, man. So overall, a great experience. Like I said, I'm 0-3. I'm defeated at the SEAs, man. Defeated the SEAs, man. But hey, I'm not like taking that into consideration, you know, in the third consecutive loss. It just reinforces the fact that, you know, I don't need awards to validate me. I don't need an award to define who I am, you know, especially my work and my as a DJ personality, whatever the case may be, you know, because I still got real people showing me love in real life, man. I don't need a trophy to validate any of that. I'm already valid. It would be nice to have some hardware though. It would be nice to have some hardware though. So hey, who knows, man? If I get nominated next year, that would be great. If I don't, oh well, I haven't won anything anyway. So still a lovely experience. Still very grateful to be in the conversation. Still grateful to be on the ballot and thought of, man. But not gonna let it ruin everything and ruin my mood or anything like that. Definitely not gonna let it stop me from doing what I'm doing. If anything, I'm just gonna go harder. Man. Boom. Now that that's been addressed, let's get into the topics, man. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy week, man. There's really no other way to describe it, bro. The Diddy trial is officially underway, has been underway for about a week now. And everybody has the one word I think to describe how everybody feels about all the information that's been coming out in this trial is just disgust. Pure and utter disgust. This nigga Diddy has gotta be the nastiest nigga on the planet. The SCA should have given him award for nastiest nigga in the South. Goodness fucking gracious, man. Cassie took the stand and jeez Louise, bro. That woman, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I get it. Like, she's definitely a victim in the situation, man. But some of the shit that she was saying that she had to go through, bro, it was hard to listen to it and be like, God damn. Why would you do that? Like, oh, it was so much thing that came out, you know. The freak offs were very, very real. How she would have to fuck multiple, all these dudes like 10 to 24 hours at a time. The baby old thing was extremely real. He had like all these different escorts and male strippers on call. She one even took the stand and said that Cassie herself requested that he pee in her mouth. She said she was getting constant UTIs and sores, friction sores in her mouth. Friction sores. She literally said she was getting sores in her mouth from all the friction. How much dick were you sucking? Some of that, it was literally ripping holes in your mouth. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's insane. It's insane. The details were just extremely graphic and just, and then she said another story that she said, one of the guys that Diddy had paid the entire time all this stuff was happening, Diddy's in the corner yanking his meat, and she said one particular moment, some guy blows his load all over, and this nigga Diddy takes the batter and has her rub it on his nipples. Oh, like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga, bro? Like, what the hell is wrong with this nigga, man? You got this bitch rubbing another man's nut on your nipples, my nigga. Lock this nigga under the jail, bro. Dig a hole, go to the basement of the prison, dig a hole, and bury him in that hole under the prison, bro. Like, there's this, like, niggas that nasty should not be walking the face of the planet. Should not be free. Oh, why you saying king shaming? You damn right. What the fuck is wrong with that? What the fuck? Absolutely disgusting, man. More testimony came up. Dawn Richard, I believe she was in Danny D. Kane and the Dirty Money stable that he had together for a minute. Talked about how he would beat Cassie up in front of company all the time. And would tell people that it was just passion, you know. Cassie would just be walking around with black eyes and sunglasses and shit, having to hide up in hotel rooms because Diddy was regularly whooping her ass in front of company, bro. It's like damn, like, how comfortable do you have to be with smacking your bitch that you just do it in front of people? Just, you know, it's one thing spanking your dog in front of company because he chewed your shoe up or pissed on the rug, but you just slapping your wife in front of company? How do you go back to, like, doing whatever? Imagine you at your homie's house for a cookout, or you there to watch the game, man. Y'all in the living room drinking beer, and he just slaps the shit out of his wife and just goes back to watching the game. What do you do in that situation? Because, like, oh, that'd be very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. You feel me? And you got all these bodyguards and shit, so it's like, I'm sure everybody was afraid to be like, hey, Diddy, what the fuck, you know? But, like, I feel like that'd be very uncomfortable, nigga. You just whooped her ass and act like you didn't. This bitch over here crying and bleeding in the corner. You was talking about, all right, let's get back to this music. No, nigga. No. Absolutely not, man. Diddy is a sick man. Diddy's a sick man. Yeah, you see that they're paying people $20 an hour to stand outside the courtroom with free Diddy shirts? Like, given all the information that's coming out, given all the information that's been coming out, like, how can anyone, like, fix their lips and suggest that this type of behavior is okay in any capacity? In any capacity, man. This would really be wrong with niggas, bro. This would really be wrong with niggas, man. It's like I be, you know, we see it online all the time, you feel me? black women tearing down black men. But sometimes they be having a point. They be having a point sometimes, man. You niggas is on the internet talking about free Diddy and this, that, and the third, just completely ignoring the atrocities that's being laid out in court. You niggas are a part of the problem. You niggas are a part of the problem, man. There's absolutely no excuse for this. Absolutely no excuse, bro. I mean, there's clearly a pattern that's being established here. He was yes, responsible for some of the biggest acts of shit. I got Biggie on my shirt right now, man. We can't ignore his contributions to the game, bro. But it's like we also can't ignore the horrible things that he was doing to these people behind the scenes, bro. You just can't. You can't, man. You can't. And I think it'd be very easy to cancel Diddy because all of Diddy's music is horrible. I can't name you one Diddy song, actual Diddy song, that I'm like, yo, that Diddy song is hard. Feel me? R. Kelly is different because R. Kelly wrote a lot of great songs, has a lot of great songs himself. So when it comes to separating the art from the artist, when it comes to people like R. Kelly and things like that, it definitely does get a little bit tricky. I personally don't listen to R. Kelly anymore, but I'm just using that as an example. R. Kelly has good music, so I can understand how it could be hard for people to stop listening to R. Kelly given all the stuff that came out about him. Diddy, fuck that nigga, bro. All his shit is trash. Everybody was associated with him. All the accidents associated with him, and that they didn't have anything to do with it, man. So I don't think they should have to deal. No one was talking about canceling them anyway. But I don't know, bro. I just feel like all the people with the free Diddy shirts and shit, man. Like, bro, you're part of the problem too, bro. There's people like you are the reason why Diddy was able to get away with everything for as long as he did. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Today, Kid Cudi hit the stand and testified against Diddy for allegedly blowing up his car. So apparently the story goes, Kid Cudi and Cassie had a little fling while they were broke up for a brief moment in time. Diddy got mad, sent some niggas to beat up his dog and blow his car up. Cut a hole through the roof of his Porsche and threw a fucking Molotov cocktail in that bitch and blew it up. Like, crazy shit, man. Like, why would you do that, bro? Why would you do that? Blowing another man's car, like, that's some shit you see on The Godfather. Some mob shit. This nigga Diddy's blowing cars up and fucking bulk orders of baby oil and shit, bro. This nigga has to go to prison, man. And what really got me, bro, so Kid Cudi testifies against Diddy for blowing up his car. People get on the internet and start saying Kid Cudi's a snitch. I seen a tweet that said, will Kid Cudi keep it hip hop when it gets on the stand today? He blew up his car. He literally blew up his car. What the fuck is wrong with niggas, bro? What the fuck is wrong with niggas, man? First of all, Kid Cudi is not a street rapper. It doesn't take 2 seconds to realize that after listening to any Kid Cudi song. He is not a street nigga. Either way it goes, a nigga blows your car up, you just supposed to just be okay with it because of hip hop? The fuck? No. That nigga needs to go to jail. That nigga needs to go to jail. Fuck him. You blew my car up. I give a damn about no goddamn street code, nigga. He did it. Fuck is you talking about? Is he gonna keep it hip hop? We put values on some of the dumbest shit in hip hop culture, bro. Some of the dumbest shit in hip hop culture. This man literally blew his car up. Like, that sounds so ridiculous. Because it is. And people are calling him a snitch for reporting him. Sometimes we actually are. We might just be our own worst enemy sometimes, man. I love black people, but sometimes we could be really fucking dumb. Just keeping it in a band. Speaking of Niggas not snitching. And Tory Lanez serving 10 years for allegedly shooting Meg the Stallion, was stabbed 14 times while he was in prison a little over a week ago. And after, literally like a day or two after he got stabbed 14 times, the bodyguard came out and made claims that it was actually Kelsey Nicole who shot Meg the Stallion and not Tory Lanez. Now, before I get into this, I need to preface this by saying, I don't give a single fuck about this case, man. I stopped caring about this shit years ago because it was just kept getting, this big old who done it and this, that, and the third. Like, all right, somebody shot her. Somebody needs to go to jail. I just stopped caring, man. But so yeah, bodyguard comes out, said Kelsey was the one who shot Meg the Stallion, which I'm not gonna lie, I did have a feeling that that's what happened when during the trial Kelsey was granted immunity, and when she got on the stand, she pled the fifth the entire time, or was just acting like she got amnesia and forgot everything that happened that night. So that was extremely fishy to me. And, if you take in all the circumstantial evidence and like the DNA and the fingerprints, the lack of DNA and lack of fingerprints on the gun, that, I'm not going to get in here and say Meg was lying and free Tory, all the shit. That's not what I'm here for. All I'm saying is, if this is true that Kelsey Nicole was the one who shot Meg the Stallion and Tory Lanez took it to trial because he just thought he would get off anyway without having to tell, this has to be one of the stupidest niggas in the world, bro. There's absolutely no way. I'm doing 10 years in prison and getting stabbed 14 times and not snitching on somebody, bro. I don't give a fuck I don't give a fuck what type of bitch ass nigga that makes me, nigga. Fuck that. I get stabbed 14 times. Everybody's going down. Everybody's going down. If I didn't do it, goddamn it, I'm telling exactly who did. These niggas in here trying to kill me. Let me out today. Let me out today, man. Let me out today. What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck is wrong? Well, no, bro. What the fuck, man? If Tory Lanez didn't do it, why don't he just come out and let the record and let her be known? It was Kelsey. I'm sorry, Cassie, but fuck you. These niggas just stabbed me 14 times. I gotta go. Sometimes being a real nigga is overrated. Sometimes being a real nigga is overrated. If this is a product of Tory Lanez wanting to be a real nigga and not snitching, bro, this has got to be one of the dumbest niggas of all time, bro. Dead ass, man. Dead ass, bro. And now everybody is rallying behind Tory, calling for his freedom. Even Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna is requesting that he gets pardoned, and is working on getting new evidence released in the case, saying they got evidence from a ring camera. Of course, like I was saying earlier, the fingerprints, the DNA that wasn't found on the gun, all the stuff that she's bringing to the forefront, and is requesting that he gets pardoned by the governor. I think the governor of California. There's a petition going around with well over 150,000 signatures. Multiple celebrities are speaking out on Tory Lanez's behalf. And the court of public opinion overall is turning against Meg. Not really as if they were in her favor to begin with. Meg the Stallion, ever since this whole situation has popped off, has kind of been a very polarizing figure, whether you're a mad supporter of her or you hate her fucking guts, man. So there a lot, the people on the side of Tory have been extremely loud these past couple weeks, especially after, the stabbing situation. Meg Thee Stallion goes on to post this entire thing on her story, saying that she wishes people will leave her alone, and she's tired of this whole situation being brought up, and says Tory needs to leave her alone, and calls him a demon. When this nigga literally just got stabbed 14 times, he was in critical condition. 2 collapsed lungs. What could he possibly be doing to you? You know what I mean? Like I'm not trying to get, like, once again, I'm not trying to open that can of worms and get into the whole get into that, exactly where, a lot of other people are going with this topic, man. So I'm not trying to veer into that, but, like, this nigga just got stabbed 14 times. Do you want people to be in the street doing cartwheels for you? And what's crazy is a lot of people online were celebrating the fact that he did get stabbed and was putting money on the books of the nigga that stabbed him. Damn, I should have poured some water. Which is insane, man. But I don't know, bro. We'll definitely, I feel like we'll definitely be hearing a lot more about this case as time goes on. As much as I hate to see. Oh, man, I'm so sick of this conversation, bro. I'm so sick of this whole conversation, man. But it's coming. It's coming, man. Get ready for round 2 of more Meg and Tory. More of the Meg and Tory saga. It's coming, man. Speaking of niggas in prison, I don't know if you've been following the story of the niggas in Louisiana who broke out of prison. So 10 inmates escaped prison in Louisiana. As of right now, I think 8 of them have been captured. 2 of them are still on the run. If you've been following the story online, it's absolutely hilarious because these have got to be some of the dumbest niggas in the world. The dumbest niggas in the world. Not only did they escape prison, had no plan. Absolutely no plan at all. One of them got busted for going on IG Live. Nigga, you just escaped from prison. You're all over in the news. The first thing you do is go back to the hood and jump on live with your homies. They're giving people $10,000 rewards for turning them in. What do you, bro? Come on now. Of course. Hey, we on live with them. 10 bands. Easy 10 racks. One nigga got caught on a fucking bus stop bench sleep. Like, none of them got haircuts. None of them left the state. None of them had any money buried somewhere. Like, literally just busted out of jail and was just running through the streets of New Orleans aimlessly. No plan at all. I've never been to prison before. I've never been to jail. But I do know if I was to go and I was going to escape, I would be on some fucking Shawshank Redemption shit, nigga. Like, I'd have it planned out months, maybe years in advance. Maps, shit buried in certain spots and everything, nigga. Like, nigga, what the fuck, nigga? This is prison break. Shaving my head, all that. Change of clothes, all that. These niggas are rookies. Like they never broke out before. They ain't seen no movie or nothing. Now they saying the ones that have been found are getting shipped to Angola. If you're unfamiliar with Angola, apparently it's one of the worst prisons in the world. If not the world, definitely in the country. Right in the middle of the swamp in Louisiana. I don't know which facility they were held in that they broke out of. But if Angola being the punishment prison for breaking out of prison, and I think one of them was supposed to be getting out anyways in a couple weeks. Dumbest niggas in the world, man. Now there's only 2 of them left, and a lot of people are rooting for the Derek guy. Apparently he's locked up for 4 murders. He's the only one who hasn't been found yet. I feel like if anyone needs to be found, it's that nigga. It's that nigga, bro. What the hell? They got 4 bodies. Broke out of prison. They'd have no idea where he's at. It's the equivalent of like a fucking, like a tiger escaping the zoo, and they just don't know where he's at. Run around the city mauling people for all we know. Oh no, man, that's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. But man, it's been this thing I've been seeing online these past couple of days that I wanted to speak about, man. This thing called black fatigue. It's been this whole debate online about black fatigue and what it actually means. So, I did a little bit of research on it. So, black fatigue is defined as the emotional, mental, and physical strain experienced by black people as a result of the constant exposure to and resistance against racism and systemic oppression. That's the term. If you Google black fatigue, that's what it's defined as. Now, there's a debate going on social media in different circles where black fatigue, the definition of black fatigue is being spun around as to pretty much people being fed up with degeneracy within the black community, and the fact that people are so tired of degenerate behavior amongst black people that they just don't care anymore about our struggles, our plights, or anything that's happening to us because of all the degenerate behavior that's being shown in the media. And it's been from everything that I've been reading, it's been a very polarizing debate, and it's been spearheaded by a clip that has resurfaced of Aaron McGruder. Aaron McGruder, if you don't know, was the creator of the Boondocks. So an old clip of him from like 20 something years ago has been circulating around, where he was talking about how the social credit of black people has been declining, and the reason why it's been declining is because of the degenerate behavior. Every time you look on the media, listen to music or anything of that nature, black people are essentially acting a fool. So how can we expect people to feel bad for us or look at us as equals, or treat us with any type of respect, if all they see us doing is acting crazy, acting an ass? And so a lot of people were I was reading the comments, man, and around this whole debate, and a lot of people, if you were on the side of Aaron McGruder, people were pretty much calling him a coon, saying he was tap dancing, and saying that anyone who believed in black fatigue and agreed with that whole thing were just playing into white acceptance and respectability politics, and saying that it doesn't matter how we act, they're still gonna think of us as niggas, X, Y, and Z. And like, after reading everything and like developing my own opinion about this whole debate, because I really feel like this needed to be addressed, because it's a very I feel like it's a very prevalent issue in today's culture, man, because we see it all the time, whether it's the YNs or baddies or in the music, man. It's like a lot of chaos has been wrapped up into a bow and presented to us as entertainment, as the culture, which is just simply not that. You feel me? And maybe it is a segment of our culture, but it's being represented as the culture, as representative of all of us, which I think that's where the problem is coming in, because every racial group has its own form of degenerate behavior. You feel me? But it seems like ours is always showcased more and celebrated more, not just by white people or by us, by ourselves. And so when I was reading into this a little bit more and reading from opinions on both sides of the coin, man, and I started to think that both definitely have a point. Both sides definitely have a point. You feel me? In a sense that we do need to do better. We absolutely need to do better, because no matter how you try to put it, man, there's no excuse for you go to malls, man, and malls are closing down early because news stories of like black teenagers fighting and shit like that, man. You look on the internet and you see all these clips of baddies, just black women fighting, and that's all it is. The music and drill music and shit like that, man. And like I said earlier, that's not representative of the entire culture. It's just a certain group. But like, I don't know, when it comes to this whole black fatigue, man, all the people that were attacking those who were suggesting that maybe we should carry ourselves better and calling them coons, like, to that whole point, like, take away white acceptance, take away respectability politics. What is so wrong with wanting higher standards for our people? How come anytime someone addresses black degeneracy and suggests that we tighten up, it's always met with so much hostility? Is there anything wrong with wanting to have some sort of pride and dignity amongst ourselves? Is there anything wrong with that? How is that rooted in white acceptance? In recent, like, how does that equate? How does that equate? Because the thing is, I could give a fuck if a white man accepts me or not. Prime example, my hair. Black people are always in the news getting persecuted for our hairstyles, whether it's black boys being forced to cut their locks in school, black girls getting picked on, ridiculed for wearing braids, different things like that. And that's a head-on attack for our blackness. I'm a dread swinging nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck about what a white man thinks about me, man. But at the same time, I still carry myself with a level of self-respect and dignity, because I want to be looked at and treated with respect. Not just from white people, just in general. Just in general. What good would it be doing me if I was disrespectful and rude to everyone who I came across and showed no regard for anything? I don't know, bro. Like it really is very puzzling, man. Like, why is it the first thing that is thrown up when black people suggest that we do better? Oh, you're a coon. What? A few weeks ago, I'm talking about black businesses. Supporting black businesses is perfectly okay, but I do want to be treated like a customer and with respect if I'm supporting your businesses. Oh, you're a coon. What? What is wrong with doing better? What is so wrong with doing better? There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not a coon for taking accountability. You're not. You're not. Absolutely not, man. But that being said, we can't deny the history and ongoing displays of the blatant and systemic racism that's been happening in America, and how that feeds into the degeneracy that we see today that's plaguing our community. And I want to break it down a little bit. So I think if we of course, we know slavery, Jim Crow, all that, but if we narrow it down to post-civil rights America, right? Most specifically the 80s. Let's start at the 80s when the crack epidemic started. I feel like once the crack and the war on drugs started to take an effect on black communities all across America, we were affected in two different ways. The black family, first and foremost, was dismantled in two different ways. From crack users and crack sellers. All right. Families of people who smoke crack, whether it was your dad, your mom, your uncle, your brother, your sister, whatever, the trauma that came from dealing with addiction and everything that came with having a close family member, your parents, grandparents, smoking crack and everything that came with that. Or maybe your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister sold crack and out of prison, dealing with violence and everything that came on that side. There's traumas on both sides of the pipe, whether you were smoking crack or selling it. Okay, this is the 80s and 90s. Those people have kids. We're now the new adults. dealing with that same trauma. All right, so it's like we're dealing with the trauma, unresolved trauma from our parents having to deal with either dealing with the repercussions of selling crack or being around people who smoked it, and all the trauma is being passed down to us, and we have no foundation. We have no foundation. Whereas how our grandparents, our great grandparents were in the church, and most of their ideals and traditions and way of living was passed down in the church, and there was more emphasis on families because men were working, and of course segregation, so there were more black businesses, black communities were more tighter, but crack came in and fucked all that up, and now everyone is dealing with the outcomes of addiction or being in and out of prison. And so now you have a lot of kids growing up without any fathers in the home, and the repercussions of that. Now you have women having to take on the roles of single mothers or raising their siblings, and everything that comes with that. The black family is destroyed, and that comes with a lot of trauma and a lot of pain, and that's being reflected in the behaviors that's being passed down. So now we're the new adults. Our parents, our grandparents were on the front lines of the crack epidemic and the war on drugs, and now we have to pick up the pieces. We're only, what, 2-3 generations of black wealth, of free, being able to create wealth in the black community freely. So it's not like we have a much of a strong foundation to build upon. But one thing that we do have is access to information. We're able to look back on those things, on those situations in history, and pinpoint where things went wrong, where our family members went wrong, point out generational curses and how trauma has affected our family members and how it is in turn affecting us. And we have the choice to correct that behavior or completely change our behaviors before it gets passed down to our children. What a lot of people aren't doing, what we're seeing is trauma and pain on display. Trauma and pain on full display. Now, that being said, modern day politics also play a role in that as well, because they're actively trying to erase our history in front of our faces, passing laws removing black history from the school curriculum. Okay, so now you take all that into consideration. You feel me? We're living in a post-crack and war on drugs society where our parents and our grandparents are passing down pain, unresolved pain and trauma onto us, and we're living and breathing in a world of dysfunction. That, and the government is taking away our history, erasing in our faces. So now our kids are going to school, and it's not like we could trust them to teach our kids about black history as it is, but they damn sure ain't gonna do it now. So I feel like tying it back around to this whole black fatigue situation, black fatigue debate, when it comes to how we carry ourselves, not even just the sense of just acting right in public, becoming educated, getting trades, just being better people. Not just for us, not just for, so the white man will accept us. No, we have kids. We have kids. We're the generation where we have complete access to information. We live in a generation where we have access to information. We could Google and read and watch documentaries on everything that is went wrong to lead us into the problems that we are seeing today. And we have the active choice to be the change, to make sure that the next generation is not worse. Because at this point, we're starting to become our own worst enemy. We're starting to become our own worst enemy because, granted, given everything that I just said, with all the hardships and the systemic oppression that we've had to endure, we're just responding to that trauma and that pain with hopelessness. Learn hopelessness. Oh well, it doesn't matter if you still a nigga. That's hopelessness. That's learn hopelessness. You passing that rhetoric down to your kids like, oh, you still a nigga. Yeah, but like, damn, I can't want better for myself. I can't want better for my kids. Try to do my best as a black man in this world. I'm a coon. Come on now. Just by totally ignoring the fact that we can do better. There is better for us out there. And there's a way to do so without selling out. I know plenty of successful black people that are for the people. I know plenty of, great people. Black as fuck. For the community. They're not coons in any sense of the word. Like, reading the comments under this for this black fatigue debate, man, just shows that a lot of people are just threatened by I don't know if threatened would be the right word, but it's just like, damn, man, like a lot of us don't want to be better. A lot of us just don't want change. Let me pull up some of the comments, man. And because so boom. There's never been a period in America where white people have not been demonic and racist. Not 1 year, month, or day. So black people like yourself who want to get up here and cape for them are just lost. All right? This is someone who go on about who I was saying earlier, saying you're a coon for pretty much wanting to be better. Like I was saying earlier, you take away white acceptance and respectability politics aside, they gonna hate us regardless. This isn't about them. This is about preservation of our people. We're literally killing ourselves. And black people are starting to become tired of it and speaking out against it. And we're calling ourselves coons for wanting to see our people do better. Now, what I think a lot of the disconnect comes in is the approach that a lot of black people take when it comes to these things. It's like there's a lot of finger wagging involved, like, you know, and nobody wants to feel like they're being preached to, you know what I mean? But like, I feel like in today's day and age, we don't have any viable leaders anymore. You know, back in the day, you had Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton. MLK is dead. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, old as fuck. They're not going to be around much longer. So who's going to lead the charge? Every time someone comes up and wants to do something for the black community, the first thing we do, find something wrong with them. Find some flaw or find some mistake they made in the past and be like, I'm not listening to him. This nigga fucking goddamn fucked a white bitch 20 years ago. Who gives a fuck, bro? Come on now. What is we talking about here, man? Or anytime someone says something we don't agree with, fuck him, he's a coon. Nigga could say the right thing 99 times, but the one time he says something wrong that people don't agree with, it's fuck him forever. You know, at the end of the day, man, we need to take into consideration, yes, we are a reflection of our trauma and pain due to the circumstances that our government has put us in. Absolutely. There's no denying that. There's no denying that at all. However, we do have the power to change the trajectory of our future by starting with ourselves. Plain and simple. Fuck the white man. Fuck the white man, to be honest with you, bro. It's really all about us. We need to educate ourselves. Trades, whether it's getting a trade, going to college, whatever it is, man, we need to become educated, bro. and pass it down to our children, man, because they're erasing our history before our eyes, man. They're erasing our history before our eyes, and before we know it, it's gonna be generations of black people that know absolutely nothing about themselves. And if we know nothing about our history, we will have no idea on how to move forward. And they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Literally taking it out to schools. I'll tell you what. Go to anybody age 21 and younger and ask them to tell you 3 facts about black history that does not have anything to do with Barack Obama, Martin Luther King, or Rosa Parks. You will be sadly disappointed. Now, I don't think this is going to be like a overnight fix for sure. It's definitely going to take some time for people to actually like wake up and see that it's going to be up to us to make a difference, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of on like, I see both sides, man. White people have always made it hard for us, but we can't let that stop us. Man, because at this point, we're killing ourselves. And it's at the point where all of our wins are being minimized. And all of our mistakes and hardships are being put on front stage. And oh man, personally, bro, like I want to see more for our people, and I'm tired of looking at the culture and seeing all these debates about like, oh, real niggas wouldn't. Is Kid Cudi gonna be a real nigga? This is the type of shit we have to deal with. You feel me? This is the type of shit we have to deal with, man. And so I don't know, bro. Maybe, hopefully, you got something out of that. I'll be more than open to discussing more with you if you listen in and feel the need to add on to this conversation, man, because I don't think this will be the end. I don't think this will be the end at all, man. But at the end of the day, we must take pride in our community, bro. We have to take pride in our community. We have to take pride in our culture. And just do better. There's nothing wrong with being better. There's nothing wrong with doing better. Wanting our people to do better does not make you a coon. Wanting our people to do better does not make you a coon. This is not for white acceptance. This is not for respectability politics. It's just for the preservation of our people in future generations. Plain and simple. We're the products of trauma and pain, and our trauma explains our behavior, but it does not excuse it. We must do better. Man. But that's all I have to say about that. If you made it this far, thank you very much. It's been another episode of YSN Radio, the coolest podcast in the South. Make sure you check out all the other episodes anywhere you get your podcasts from. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon if you're listening. If you're watching, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube jazz. Make sure you check us out on Instagram and TikTok at YSN Radio. Check out the website, ysnradio.com. Until next time, same place. It's the coolest podcast in the South, YSN Radio. Let's go!